Hello my loyal companions, welcome back to the channel and to another breakdown from the CMG $8,000 tournament of Era Eternity versus T1 in the winners bracket finals. This map is actually going to be the final map that they played. It was 2-2 in map count in this best of 5, so the winner of this map took it to the grand finals that we played on Canals. If you do go on to enjoy this video and enjoy these series of breakdowns, make sure you leave a like and subscribe to the channel. But for now, let's get into it. But wait guys, before we get into the video, I have a quick announcement to make, and that is that this Saturday on January the 23rd, I will be hosting a community 2v2 strikeout tournament with randomized teammates. The tournament will start at 2 PM Eastern, and if you want more details on the rules and signups, you can go into the Discord. I want as many of you to take part. I don't matter what platform you're on, what skill level you are. I want everyone to come together and have some fun for this tournament. I'll be casting it on my Twitch channel as well, live there. Okay, for real now though guys, let's get into the video. Okay, so we're going to be loading up into what will be the final map in the best of 5. It's currently 2 map count to 2 map count in Era Eternity versus T1. And this basically takes it for the winners bracket finals of the map. It's going to be on Canals, which is a great map, a great competitive map, I think. And one where the Lancer can really shine, which we can see has come out from next on the side of T1. So it'll be very interesting to see how they play around that, and we're going to be spectating from X's point of view. Again, I like spectating from X's point of view because he gets a general good overview given his role within the team. For us to sort of break down the plays on. Now this was a very intense game. Remember casting it, watching it live, it was a very, very intense game, so there should be some really great things and strategies to pinpoint, sort of focusing on how, when people go rounds down, how they come back as both teams and what they sort of do from there. So Exo opting for the C4, they're on defense first, so they're going to be focusing on that retake potential that we've seen them do so many times before. Their retake on to this map is actually one of my favorites that I've seen, but we'll see if they can execute it. At this point in the tournament, I know they were not feeling the anvil too much. It was more of just a, not so much a comfort pick, but more of a necessity pick they were picking out of this point. And I know that Exo was struggling to find as much as he wanted to out of this pick. And sometimes that is the time where you just say, look, this pick isn't working for me specifically. I can't do anything on it. I need to pick something else. So you see this amazing, amazing angle spot that he has here. It's incredible. You can see the mid, you can see the mid window, you can see A site as well when they cross. It's a really great vantage site for you as long as you're nice and safe when you do it. And you got to be careful of someone immediately picking out mid or A and trying to get a shot off on you, particularly that sniper from Fixer, as they go later into rounds. But generally, a really good spot here to be watching these angles. And they're just waiting for information. As I said, they've stacked 3 on B to really guard the area. They don't really want to give them the plant too hard, or at least if they do, they want to trade some things for it. And then they've got on A, they've got Exo, kind of, and they're playing for the retake. They basically just want to play for the retake. They hear some commotion over at B. They see them on the side. Exo's still playing these angles because you do have to also be careful of the Lancer flank. A very, very real threat that you do have to watch for. So he's just being really careful to watch for that as they move through. Hey guys, stacking somebody for the Lancer flank is important. Stop is able to pick out next, so we know the Lancer isn't there, and they immediately rotate. He gets beamed as they come down. There's a 1-for-1 trade, but the Dahlia Res likely to get through. And that's actually some really clean shots. That's going to take down the members of Era. Poles are able to find a few, just playing for cash now at this point basically, but he is going to go down. Hopefully they gave up, hopefully they took some money out of that and they can buy some weapons or util that they want to buy. But that wasn't the best round for Era. They stacked 3 onto the B site. They were overrun on the B site though. Of course, Lancer is a very heavy flank rogue, but if you don't flank, generally because somebody's watching for you, then they, you know, you are in a 4v3 at that point. So if you have somebody watching for the Lancer always, which you kind of need to have, then you can just abuse that by going for a 4v3 with the Lancer, or actually with the team as a surprise sort of moment, as long as she doesn't show too early. Because the moment the Lancer shows, the person on the flank knows not to flank, and that's kind of what happened here, except it was slightly just mistimed, because the members of T1 had already barreled through and taken most of the B site. And what they did was they pushed further from the B site, so they didn't just plant the bomb down, they just kept pushing, they flooded the spawn to try and get as many picks off and played aggro for a fight, rather than playing back for the bomb plant. Which is a good, which is, as we said a few times, is good into Anvil, but that was a nice pick coming down for 4 frag out onto EXO to take him down, and now he's getting full push. Hopefully they can try and trade something, gets one shot off but isn't able to find anything else. A really good mid peak, kind of as I mentioned, that is the one risk of being where you are there. As the anvil, getting information is a great spot, but if a sniper like Fixer peeks you from mid, then it's trouble. So that's going to be a plant onto A site now, picking up that C4. They're trying, they do get it, but without the anvil, this retake is going to be really, really hard, and it's going to rely on some really good picks off here from the members of T1. We're spectating from MS now, from the spectator cam, because EXO did get picked. They're just clearing out. They've planted for the back ship. So this means they can push up kind of well. C4 going out does not find anything because it missed. Vi Poison going out into long to hold them off. Incense, and then more Vi Poisons going out. Gas Grenade as well. This is kind of where you then put the Anvil Shield to then go for the defuse, but without the Anvil Shield, they're really going to suffer. The Incense is down on the bomb. There's nothing they're going to find here. C4 does find them both, and that's going to be the defuse. The explosion of the bomb for the side of T1. So 2 rounds down for Eternity there. Unfortunately, good first play in the first round by T1 to just flood the spawn. I quite like that strategy over on the B site. Is just flood the spawn. And then, obviously, EXO getting picked there from frag out, which is a really good spot. I know his spot there has now become kind of mainstream in the comp scene. At least that he does that. So having the Fixer there to take that shot is important.
I'm staying in the ship for a bit.
Okay, they're now talking about repositioning. They're talking about repositioning slightly just so they can stay alive. We'll see what he decides to do. And now he's sitting more on the crane, so he's a bit more protected as he goes through here. He can't see window, unfortunately, but he can still see the cross onto A and still see that mid as well. Again, playing for information here, really important. I said it in all 3 breakdowns I've done of it so far. They've seen Lancer, that's a really important piece of information to give away. And they see them on A. They see them on A again. They're happy to give them the plant. They actually would have won that round if they still had the anvil for the defuse, because you play for that Vi Poison, you play for the incendiary grenade, and then you just go for the shield defuse. It's nice and easy. Unfortunately, Slop does get picked by frag out. Really good picks there. Cautious of the Lancer because she's probably on the flank somewhere. They see frag out, of course, not peeking him because he's the sniper and he's a great shot. So if they do peek him and get picked, that's just momentum being lost there. They're running up. He's got backup on his back, but he does not have a primary weapon, remember, guys. So he has got to be careful. They're playing for retake. They've got the bomb position down. They see one over there on long. Fixer smoke does come down. Ability's likely to be popped as the trophy goes down as well. C4 going to try and find something. Does not. Now they need to go for the defuse with half the bomb time still there. Vi Poison down. Trophy is down. They're pushing really far forward for this. Unfortunately, EXO does go down, but picks from the other members of Eternity do turn it to a 3v2. And they should be able to cover this nice and easily. When EXO gets up and goes to the bomb, MS takes down Nash, and then it's just one more person left as he tries to body block and defuse the bomb. The person does go down, and that is MS being able to defuse the bomb and a revive coming out. So, the shield placement you see, do you see how it's slightly further in front of the bomb as well? It's not right on the bomb. The reason he does that is so that you can block the incendiary grenade coming out. Unfortunately, because the window did go down, they were able to just get a snipe through that, and that is one disadvantage of having it like that. Now he has a primary weapon into round 4 again. We've seen it on the High Castle game. He doesn't like buying him the primary weapon because he likes to focus that util more so. So good round win by Era. That should hopefully give him some momentum to come back into this. But yeah, no, T1 definitely playing well, definitely playing for the win here. Remember, guys, the winner of this would go into the winners bracket final, which would definitely give them an advantage going to the grand final. Sorry, the winner of this would win the winners bracket final, going into the grand final with an advantage in map count. Okay, now he's actually holding A more aggressively now. Maybe it's because he has his primary weapon. He feels like he can take a pick there, no problem. He's actually pushing really aggressively onto the long here. Got a trophy down just to block anything. He's got MS here as well. In fact, all 3 members are here, and they find next there with the pick from MS. A really, really good kill. Really important kill because that is the Lancer down now. If you look also at the Dali link, I think this is quite interesting because this has been happening during their entire series. It seems like Polza likes to link to Slop, probably for the revive less so than the passive. The slow, the passive really isn't that impactful, ever so slightly, but potentially for that revive in case he gets picked from a sniper fight. They want to try and take that sniper fight. They want to try and take those trades. But then on the side of T1, they opt for a no link off the start and link for the revive, which I think is good as well. And if you do play Dada, it is worth trying out. but that is Vi poison coming out. Now she is linked to the Vi because Vi is pushing up kind of heavy, and they are getting flooded onto site because they didn't watch their right hand side carefully enough, and they do trade those down though. Exo getting enough damage. That is Vi poison. They see him here. It's a 1v1 Vi versus Vi. 106 health on MS, 100 onto Gronky, but Gronky, or was that might be not Nash, does go down to some really clean shots there by MS, and that's kind of like the level you need. MS really turning up here in terms of getting those picks and winning these 1v1s. We've seen it in a few matches, but yeah, he's very, very clean at hitting those shots when he needs to, and that was definitely a moment he needed to. A lot of trading going down the A. You see the immediate acceleration from, hey, we're all just watching angles, nothing's really happened, we have the pick onto Lancer, what's happening now, to immediate aggression. And you can see, and you kind of hear it here, Exo kind of unhappy, he's not able to do anything. Whilst he knows that is his point in the team here on the Anvil, he does definitely like wanna be playing something because he doesn't feel that useful with the team, especially when he's going down to the before he even gets the defuse off. But that is his job, and that's kind of where they were sort of faltering away from the Anvil, where they weren't enjoying the Anvil as much and thinking it was a viable strategy. But again, you'll see how that sort of changes as they go into the grand finals to obviously win this. Era obviously being the winners of this tournament. Okay. Just playing for information again, playing heavy on A. He is alone now as other members of Era 10 sit onto B. They're finally letting Exo stay here again. That Moore is able to probably take out one before he gets killed, so he should be able to at least trade his life if he has to, especially with the C4. But they don't see anything. Again, he's playing for some final information, playing for Lancer, just trying to find something as he's now rotating back towards his team. Almost. Nope. They're still unsure. They still don't know positions. Bomb is planted down onto B. So this is playing for the retake again, using Vi to flush them out, get the bomb down, and then play for the retake. So this is what they're going to be trying to do as they move through here. Okay, smoke has come down onto short. There is one sitting right on site, and Gronky is able to trade his life, which is actually a really good play there by T1, because they know they just have to kill Anvil, and then they're pretty much good here, but that was a bad trade as frag out goes down as well. It's 3v2. MS again here, and he is able to find one with Slop, and a great pick there. Grenade comes down, they just need to flood the last person. As they go for the defuse, they don't even have to go for the defuse here, they have time, so they can just go for the pick, and they do find the pick there on Polza, and can go for the defuse. Yeah. There you go, so they are obviously taking this and winning this now as they come through here. I said, they've taken this advantage. Exo not feeding the Anvil, as we're saying, but hey, it's working for them at this point. Again, he's struggling to survive to get his job done, but hey, 3-2. They're going to try and take it 4-2 if they can. See what upgrades go. Obviously, he's gone for tenacity to try and survive some of those lethals a little bit more. He has some money. He does decide to fully upgrade his utility and buy a bat, just in case there's some play that could come off from the bat as well. Remember, those 1v1s are clutch with the bat if you're able to get that insta-kill off with it. So they have obviously opted, as we've seen here, for mostly utility, and I agree with that, especially in the position that he is in, where he's not feeling too useful in terms of fighting and mechanics, getting picks. Giving his team utility is always really good in terms of those trophies, and the C4 for a potential easy pick there with that.
Wait, we're not doing the same. Wait, no.
Okay, they are stacking 2A and 2B right now. Now kind of falling slightly back to cover these positions. A little bit more close grouped on the side of B, because again, that is the more common plant for this map. And it is dangerous going in for a plant against an Anvil onto A. You definitely need to pick him first, then you can rotate to A, because it's kind of free from there. But with Anvil still being alive, you don't really want to be playing for A too much, because that shield is massively, massively impactful. Okay, MS kind of here to support A, but there has been no information yet. They're just playing for info here. They could be mid, could be B, could be A.
I don't know if he's long.
Again, Era not too fussed about giving them the bomb plant, but they do not want to give them the site, and that is why Exo is sitting here. He doesn't mind them planting the bomb on A, but they don't want them to flood them off the site, because then he can't get in for the retakes. They see them on B. Bomb is likely to go down. It does go down now, and they're going to play for the retake. Hopefully, Exo is able to get this bomb down. They're pushing up, just clearing all the angles again. You've got to be careful of the Lancer, and Exo is slightly ratting for her, but he does need to be up there with the team to go for the shield defuse, and they push up together here, not allowing the Vi to get the same kind of pick. They got trophies down, Vibe Poison on to the bomb to stop them. C4 does come down, doesn't find anything as Polza does find the Lancer. Shield comes down, Incense and Poison hurting Exo here, but the shield is down. If I were T1 here, I would definitely be shooting that shield to remove it ASAP, but nice picks coming down on the MS flank, and it's just Frag Out left, and Exo is able to finally find someone and take out Frag Out there, who was a little bit too pushed up towards the bomb and was pincered by the other members of Era Eternity. So good job there from Era. Nice patient play, causing T1 to panic with that shield being down. It forced Frag Out to push onto it to make sure no one was behind it. And that was ultimately what led to their demise. Again, just playing really aggressive onto the bomb, or with that shield, is so much threat potential that it forces the enemy to come out of their position to do something, and you can generally capitalize on that mistake there and then. Vi hovered for Exo here as we look to probably have the Shark Dahlia Fixer Vi combo that we've seen so much from the attack here from Era Eternity. MS definitely liking that Shark, and a good play into the Lancer, which next is most likely to pull out on the defense as well. Yeah, this is a great Lancer map, but we haven't seen many interesting flanks from Nex, and I think that could potentially be part of their downfall. Maybe he's a little bit unsure of himself on these flanks into a team like this, but perhaps he just prefers them on defense, which we'll probably see come out of him now. Okay, so a bit of Vi action here from Exo. Definitely a rogue who is very crucial into taking these bomb sites, and he does play very clean as he moves into it.
Let's go, boys. I think we play a default, boys.
But you can kind of see what they were doing there on the defense, and it's definitely a strategy these comp players do, is they give them the site, they give them the plant, but they do not give them the entire site. Again, I've said it a number of times in these videos, do not give them the site, because you need to be able to push up for the retake.
You want to push their spawn, yeah?
It's a disgusting sound. I need that to be fixed on the zip wires.
No
and
way,
that was a tragedy that the bomb did not quite make it. This is going to really delay their push, but they can just play around this. They have the bomb now. Oh, and that is Nex finding one onto MS. I actually remember seeing that. Nex jumped up the window and threw the Semtex down onto MS's head, sticking him, not letting him let the self-revive off. That is no Shark and no Dahlia link now because of that early link that went down from Polza.
I'm going to come to you guys.
Okay, he's going to group up now. Got to be careful of the flank from Nex. Definitely losing that bomb there. Small mistake that did slow down their momentum, and now they are in a 3v4 as they rat around these corners in the back of the ship, and they're going to have to try and find something to even out this kill. Again, checking all these corners as we see Exo move through here. His corner check and movement is really clean as they move through. You see how he runs around these corners to bait out shots and then rolls back immediately to make sure he stays survived. Okay, so he's throwing one poison into that rat spot behind there, and they're pushing really far up. They do see him there, but that is not the fight that Exo can take, because he cannot see through the smoke. A little bit of damage coming down to him from the Vi poison, and he is poisoning them out as they try and go for the plant here, most likely. Plant is coming down. He said that for money more than anything, and that is really crucial as well to get the bomb down purely for money. And is he able to find anyone? Incense does go down, does find Nex, and does take out a lot of damage, but it's likely to get revived as Exo does go down as well. The link does come down as the delayed link from the T1 Dahlia. The bomb is down with about a third of the time gone. They're going to try and play for something, play for money here, but unlikely they're going to find anything too much. Frag Out does go down from a great team shot. Need to watch their left-hand side. There's someone right behind him now. Poles are able to find one. Poles are able to find two, and it's a 1v1. He has 16 health, though, and he is going to go down as the revives do come out, and the defuse will come out. Great shots by Poles there. Really, really great plays by him. I said he's very clean with that pistol. Saw it throughout the entire tournament. His pistol game is really, really strong. Okay. There you go. So an unfortunate pick that went down to MS. If that didn't happen, they probably would have won. But you learn from that. He probably won't push up to that position again, and we've got to be careful of that. Semtex coming out from Nex's Lancer. Let's see if they bait it up anymore. Of course, B is, like I said, the most common place for these. There is no anvil on the side of T1, meaning they can play back for the bomb because there's no real major threat of the retake. They just need to not die once they get that bomb down. Now, I would give advantage of this, obviously, with the rounds and with the rogue picks to Era Eternity here, just based off of the picks they have to take this game. It's they're stacking, it seems like 3 potentially going down short, 1 potentially long. This is another great spot to see any movement over there on the B short area. As they try and push here, probably the same play. And again, focus on Exo's movement and the way he clears corners and rolls back into cover to try and bait out shots to gain information on these angles. I think it's really clean. He does it on every single corner pretty much, does it there. And he just does it to bait out any shots possible. And he is able just to roll through these corners, baiting out as many shots as possible from any of these corners, because that would give him a massive advantage, especially with his team behind him to team shot. Okay, they're looking to go for the plant, but this seems like quite a slow play from them right now. They're just waiting for information. Got to be careful of the flank. I know MS here was very cautious of the flank as they move through. Poison going down onto that angle to stop them pushing through. Gas grenade smokes do come down. Should be a nice easy plant for Exo here, and then they can just fall back and hopefully play the angles. Unfortunately, he has sat too far up on the site and does get picked because of it. A snipe going down onto slot from frag out, and MS does find 1 but is traded back down. It is now just MS versus 3, and that is going to be rough as the poison goes down and the shots come down to take him out. In that situation, I would probably have overhealed just to be safe, because you're never going to get the revive off in that sort of situation. Unfortunate there from Era. I think Exo foot pushed too far up, then Slop lost the sniper battle, and at that point you're in a massive disadvantage, and that kind of dictated the pace of that. I think not playing for the peak from Slop would have been a good idea once that bomb went down, but again, snipers try it. Perhaps he thought he still had Pulsar's link with Dahlia, but no, he did not. And also, Exo playing too far up on the site instead of running back there, fell into poison, fell into an incendiary grenade, and was able to be picked through the smoke. So a little bit of misplays here as they take it to 4-4, and we'll see if they change it up ever so slightly. MS wanting to play for middle, but we'll see what they decide to do, as Exo does still come here to play for the B long. Now looking for information on that B short as well.
I think next and frag is gonna play close.
Okay, they see Dahlia, they're able to get a pick off. Remember, guys, picks here are really important. If you can spread the defensive line even thinner by getting a pick, that is really important. They see 1 behind. Pulsar is in trouble, but hopefully they're able to get a pick off here, because they know where some of the members of T1 are, as Exo is now given the call to push up. Gronky does just die, which gives Irritantly a massive advantage going into this. I guess he must have fell off the map and drowned. They see him right in the right spot. They can just ignore him and go for the plant. He does get sniped on the cross, though. Great shot by Frag out there to take down Exo. He's on site with Bomb. The rest of his team do need to help him, as MS does get picked from next on the side. Now taking it to 2v3. Nade does take out Exo, and now even though Gronky did die, he is at the Irritating guys are at disadvantage here, which is not great for them. They could still win if they get the bomb down, but this is definitely a round they needed to win, given the advantage they got from Gronky going down. And unfortunately, they seem like they potentially have thrown it. Can they cross here? The smoke does come down. They're going to try and go for the plant, but with only 1 person to cover him, they may just push down and try and get the kills. And that is Pulsar going down, and that is going to be Slop going down. They had a massive advantage there, and they definitely threw it away. Guys, those are the sort of plays that you need to be together for. The team are really split, as Exo went for the plant, and they did go down for it. I definitely think that, and actually Slop said that they're doing strats they never have done before, and that is definitely the sort of thing you don't want to be bringing out in the final match of a tournament. That was, I think, a misplay just on the team not being with Exo in that moment. I think Exo's play to try and go for the bomb plant was good, except he needed his team there, so whether that be him slowing down to make sure they're there, or whether it be the rest of the team coming up to help him, one of the two needed to happen, and they just cover their usual angles. They could have played for their default positions there that they normally go for, but unfortunately did get picked off in some of those instances, which is not great. Okay, they're now playing for A, which they haven't done yet on their attacking runs. This should hopefully surprise the members of T1 a little bit as they play for something. They're playing for A. I kind of like this switch up. They see Nex here, but they think he has fallen back. And now they've just got to play for as much as possible. Checking every corner again. Watch the way he checks corners there. It's really actually incredible the way they use their positioning to check corners. They now want to transition over to B. Now that they know that they're here, they were picked swatted out by Nex, who was pushed up, and now they're trying to play backwards. They may still try and bait this out. Obviously, when you cross this particular part, they can see you cross from the angle he just spotted out. Maybe they'll play from mid here. Maybe they'll play back for A. We will see what they decide to do as they move 2 men, 3 men through mid. Maybe trying to find something, maybe trying to find a pick.
He's gonna jump. Wait.
They think he's going to jump over the wall, which if he does, that would be a great pick for Era. Again, picks on the defensive line are great to spread them thin and offer you more advantage on the attack. Okay, Smoke has come down to block off some of the areas as they push through Secret and try and take the site. They see Nash here. Great call out from Slop. He's going straight for the plant. Nash is down, but his eggs are getting shot in the back as all the members of Era Eternity run back to the spawn. Instead of covering him, they all played for Nash, or they all played for the bomb plant. Rather than protecting Exo there, they could have definitely played for the site. That was a misplay, I think, a miscoordination. And you can definitely see Era Eternity kind of struggling under the pressure here. 5 seconds, 4 seconds on the bomb. It does not get picked up. No auto pick up there, I don't think, from MS as the rest of the members of Era Eternity go down. Time does run out. And that was, again, another kind of round you do not want to lose. Nash getting taken down there on A. But nobody defended Exo on the bomb, and I think they discussed that here. Yeah, this is Exo saying it now. There was no reason why he should have died there. The rest of his members should have taken the site and helped defend him there, rather than letting them get onto those angles and get killed. So again, a misplay from Era, just a lack of coordination these past 2 rounds. Even though they get a great pick, just not playing together or not playing the right situation or not prioritizing the right thing, that is causing them to lose, I think, here. Let's see if they can bring it back. They need to win 3 rounds in a row, or it'll be T1 going to the grand finals. Remember, if Era were to lose this, they would go to the loser brackets finals, and if they won that, they would be able to get a place back in the grand finals. There'll be 3 rounds in a row needed for Era here. They do give bomb to Exo as they check these corners. Again, playing for A. They see one over there. This is a more standard play as the Vibe Poison goes down into Secret. Smoke comes down. Bomb down immediately, and with the smoke cover, with the poison cover, they are fine. This is what they didn't have before, and now they can hold for behind. I believe something very interesting happens here for X's point of view, but it may be next round, I'm not sure. Okay, Smoke Grass Grenade does come down. They're just having MS right in this rat corner, which is actually a really, really good spot that he's in there. Poisoning for his long there, just watching it for him. A really, really good spot. The members of Era have peeled off, and they do see Frag on the flank, but this is the interesting I was talking about. I don't know what's happening here. This is weird, and then he just gets dropped somehow. That was a very strange thing to happen, but the rest of the members of Era are able to clean them up. They see him behind, as they should try and just team shot and take him out. They do find him. Again, I don't know what happened there. And actually something very interesting that happened. Exo did not mention this for the rest of this game until the very end, where he's like, and this is actually really good. This actually shows the level that Era at to not overthink things or not put bad thoughts or annoyance into their teammates' minds. He doesn't mention it. That insane lag that could have cost them the game.
Anyway, we won the round, let's go.
And then you say that. We won the round, let's go. He doesn't actually talk about what happens until the very end of the game, which I think is such a great strategy, and it's what a lot of teams don't do. They focus too much on the bad and the negatives, whether it be their bad plays, whether it be mistakes or issues of the game, that their team don't need to know about. That's not valuable information to give your team. And that really could have cost them the game right there. He destroyed Frag out on that flank. If you guys watched my stream, you saw I had this issue. I was basically invisible for about 2 minutes in a round. I was shooting and I was moving, but I was invisible, and that's how what happened there. Again, he's playing these angles as they're now playing up for B. They want to flood the spawn. So this is what T1 did to them on their first defensive round. We'll see if they can pull it off in the same way. They definitely need to take it to 6-6. At this point, guys, the game was really intense. Obviously, I was rooting for Era throughout the entire thing, and this was definitely a very intense moment. This sort of last few parts of the game. They're playing quite slow up here, so this wasn't really the strongest flood, but we'll see if they can still execute it together here as they come around. Vibe Poison coming out, good angles to get that down there. Smoke coming out to give them a bit of cover as they move through. All Smoke's down. They're just checking those corners, and they are going to flood. Not going for the plant. They see him in the rat spot. Can he get the pick off? He does find it, as he is now dead there at the bottom of the map. And that is the good pick. And they're planting for the CT. See how they flooded the spawn? They've planted for the CT here. And they are just watching their flank now. As Slop does go down to Gronky. No revive coming out. And it is a 2-for-2 trade. They just need to think, Shark does get revived. Dale Link does go down to frag out, but he dies before the Link comes through. And they're just playing for their lives here, which is really important. Nade doesn't find anything. They just have to hold. Remember, they're right on bomb there, though. They can definitely do it. A good pick from MS coming on to Gronk as it's one more person who they do team shoot. And they are able to take it to 6-6, guys. One more round in it to see who will win the winner's bracket final. You saw the execution of the flood strategy there, though, of not planting the bomb behind the tanker and instead jumping over the tanker and playing for picks there as the rest of the members flood through long and short, respectively. Good play, good flood. We'll see if they decide to mix anything up here as they move into it. Polza is calling for an MS flank. So they go for their default plan, but instead of MS holding short, he actually pushes through connector, through short, and goes for behind. And these comms I love. Exo says, if you feel confident in it, I'm down. Then Polza says, MS, you feeling it? And he's like, yeah, sure, let's go for it. And that's the kind of team decisions I love. Polza definitely kind of more of a shot caller in terms of the plays they're going to make, and the rest of the team just trusting it and giving him the confidence, and I absolutely love that from these guys. I think their comms are some of the cleanest, and in fact they are the absolute cleanest I've seen from any comp team in this game. I think it's brilliant. So now they're just playing to try and go through here. They want to play for their default plan and then have MS push through on the flank.
Yeah. I'm just clearing out the long.
Clearing out the long as he usually does. The rest of his team now pushing through short. Slot behind him with the sniper as they are going to Vibe Poison out and push through, being that safe as long as he doesn't get picked in this cross, and he does not. Smoke goes down. The bomb will go down. MS, you see him now further up in connector looking for a flank. He's here somebody in mid, and he's going to play probably for Nex there. That is going to be a really important 1v1 to decide this game. Whether Nex gets the pick or MS gets the pick is going to be really important, and it is MS finding the pick onto Nex as they are pushed off of the bomb and pushed off of long. Smoke comes down. They're just pushing through here in a 4v3. They hear a defuse. They need to get on him right now. Completely ignoring the person next to him and stopping the defuse, taking down Gronky. Exo does go down, and it is the rest of Era Eternity being able to take out T1, winning the winners bracket final and actually going on into the grand final, which the rest of these breakdowns you'll see here on this channel are going to be about. Is going to be the grand final of Era Eternity versus Aim Assist Kings. And you just heard it right there. That was when Exo said, I need to show this clip right now. And that was what he was saying about. I love how he waited till the end to not dishearten his teams by lag issues and things like that. But generally, guys, a quick summary of what happened there. I definitely think that Era struggled on the defense a little bit, especially in its early rounds. The Anvil was not really working for them as much as they had wanted it to, but they were able to find something out after that. They were able to just play by trying to get their shield down and forcing T1 to make mistakes, which they were able to capitalize on, whether it be picks onto Nex, whether it be picks onto them as they try and stop the defuse, whatever it be. They were able to take those defensive rounds a lot better, and I'm glad they were able to do that. And then in terms of the attack, they had a few bad executions in terms of their coordination of strategies, but they were able to mix it up, sort of play more to their default things that they knew instead of trying new things. And after some bad picks stopped happening and after their coordination started not faltering anymore, they were able to play really clean, play their positions, play their utility, and play for the bomb really, really well in all those instances, and eventually win the game because of it. And that's something I would definitely advise you guys. Look at the enemy team comp. They don't have an anvil. We can play for bomb. They have an anvil. We have to flood the site. We have to push them off. We have to get picks, especially onto that anvil. So you do have to be aware of exactly what the strengths and weaknesses are of each of the comps and play around that as you go. Okay then guys, that's going to take us to the end of the video. If you did enjoy, make sure you leave a like and subscribe to the channel. You can also come follow me on twitch.tv/RADTHARGAMING, see live gameplay commentaries, guides, Q&As, and my tournament, which I mentioned, which will be this Saturday, January 23rd at 2 PM Eastern. Go into the Discord if you want to find the rules and sign up options. If you're going to buy anything from the Epic Games Store, whether it be Rogue Company, Robux, or anything else from any other Epic Games, make sure you use my creator code RADTHARGAMING at checkout to help support this channel for no extra cost to yourself. All the links you're going to need are down in the description below, but for now guys, I hope you have a fantastic day. And remember, be loyal, be brave, be relentless, and I'll catch you in the next video.